Good morning, children. Hope you all are safe at your home and you all are doing your studies very well. And I'm talking about that holiday homework. Have you completed your project work, that balanced diet wheel? Hope you all have completed that because you all have to submit it and you will be marked on that also. So you have to submit it as soon as possible to the respective email IDs of your class teachers. Okay, through that I'll get that. Now let's begin at today's class, and in today's class we will study about the movement and locomotion. Until now we have studied in this chapter there's how human beings move from one place to other. We studied that human beings move from one place to another with the help of their muscles and bones. With the help of bones and muscles, human beings move from one place to another. Now in this video we will study how the insects, animals move from one place to another. Before this, we should be clear with two terms. First one is the movement and other one is the locomotion. So in this one, we all know that plants and animals are living beings, and but one major difference between plants and animals is that plants cannot move, and whereas the animals can move from one place to another. But we all know this thing also, that plants show some movement. Their leaves flutter from here to there. Yes or no? They grow in size. Yes or no? They prepare their own food. They gives us oxygen. So all these movements are done by the plants. So these movements, and what is their, animals hoop from one place to another, they jump from one place to another, they crawl from one place to another, and many more movements are shown by the animal. So that movements are what? That movements are locomotion. And the movement shown by plants, this like means they will not leave their place, on their place only they will show movements like growing up. So this is what, this is movement, and leaving their place from one place to another, that is locomotion. Let me make you this thing more clear. In locomotion, what is there? Locomotion refer to the movement of any organism from place to place. From one place to another they will move. To move from one place to another, human or any organism walk, run, swim or fly using various parts of their body. Means for the locomotion, an organism will use different parts. Some can use their wings, some can walk, some can fly. Means for the locomotion, for changing their movement, they will use their different part. That is locomotion. Means they will move from one position to another position. That is locomotion. And what is movement? In the movement, they will not change their position, they will be in their position. They will be in their position without moving. And in these cases, it can take place at any level. Means movement can be at any level. Inside our body also movement is going on. We are breathing, yes or no? Digestion is going on, respiration is going on, many more processes are going on inside our body. So that is what, that is movement. That is not locomotion, because we are not changing our position. So it is what, it is movement, and locomotion is different. So two terms are there, locomotion and movement are there. Movement can be voluntary or non-voluntary also. As I'm blinking my eyes, it is non-voluntary. Non-voluntary means that is not in my control, because it is natural. Okay, I'm talking and my tongue is moving, that is also not voluntary. Okay, it is also involuntary. Sometimes we touch a hot surface and our hand just come back like this we do. So what is this? This is non-voluntary also, and that is a movement also. Inside our body movements are going on. Okay, but not locomotion. So two different terms are there. Now we will study different types of locomotion and movements in different animals. First of all, we'll start with the earthworm. As we know, this is a rainy season and you all must be aware of these earthworms. These are long, these are having a long body, and they are generally found in where they are found where on the soil, or in the rainy season they are generally found on the ground. What they are very useful because they make the soil very fertile. So earthworm has a elongated body with no bones or limbs, means they are not having any bones, they don't have any bones in the body, and no limbs, they are not having any legs, not any hands. Okay, so they have no bones in the body. Who? Earthworm. The body of an earthworm is made up of many rings like segments that have muscles. As you can see, this is the body of an earthworm. It is made up of many rings. As you can, small rings. It is made up of many rings. This is the body of an earthworm. And these are muscles. All muscles are there in the body, no bones are there. During the movement, earthworm first extend the front part, means it will shrink the first, like this he will shrink the first part, and part of the body, where it is, yeah, part of the body keeping the rear portion fixed to the ground, means if it is his head, so first of all he will shrink the head portion and this part will remain on the ground only. So first it will shrink like this, they move. Okay, so first of all he will shrink the this front portion, and then releases the other end, like this it will shrink and go. You can see, you can observe the movement of a earthworm, because so many earthworm are available as it is a rainy season. So like this they scroll. Okay, and they also leave some sticky substance on the ground. During the movement, earthworm extend the front part and keeping the rear portion uh, at the ground. This we have studied. Now after this, repeating such muscle expansion and contraction, means one part is expanding and one is contracting. Expanding means expanding, increasing in size, and one is contracting. Contracting means shrinking, becoming small. So one part will become like this. It is, if this is an earthworm, okay, so for if this is a front part, so it will shrink first of all like this, small wrinkles will be there, and this part will be straight. Afterwards what will happen, this part, this front part will expand and the other one will shrink like this. So like this they move the movement, they show the movement, and with the help of muscles only they move. Its body secrete a slimy substance to help the movement, and you must have seen whenever a earthworm moves, it also releases some sticky shiny substance that help the earthworm to move easily. Okay, so this is about the movement of an earthworm. Now movement in snail, we'll study about snail. As it is a rainy season, so many snails are also there, both are friends, earthworm and snail. So snails, how they move, and you know a very interesting fact about these snails, where they are having, and that their skeleton, where our skeleton system is inside the body, but in the case of snails they have external skeleton system. Yes, external skeleton system. Where it is? It is on his back. Yes, they carry their skeleton system on the back, and whenever they feel like danger, they just push all the body parts, this foot and the head, inside this shell only. So this is protective shell, and that shell is the their skeleton system. So they are having the external skeleton system, and in the case of cockroaches also, they also carry skeleton system outside their body. So there it is exoskeleton. So movement is snail, we were studying. Snail has a slim body without bones. They also don't have any bones, and a shell for protection. It has a pair of tentacles with eye at the top of the shell. So here you can see the eye of the snail. Here this is the head and the eye. These antennas or tentacles are there, and with here two eyes are there. Okay, and these are the foot of the snail. These are foot of snail, and this is the skeleton system of the snail. Now it makes wave like motion. They also make wave like motion like this by expanding and contracting the muscles in the foot. Similar movement as the as shown by the earthworms. It also secrete a slimy substance known as the mucus that help the snail to move with ease. It also releases slimy substance as in the case of earthworm. So they also releases the substance, sticky substance. That sticky substance help in the movement of the snail. So all the insects that uses their muscles to walk, so they all release a slimy substance that will help them to move. Now let's talk about the cockroaches. Cockroaches, luck. Cockroaches. No one likes cockroaches, obvious. So we will study about the movement of cockroaches. Now we will track where they go and how they go. Okay. So a cockroach can fly. Yes, they can fly. They can run. They can walk. They can do everything. They can scare us also. Yes or no? So they can do all the movements, and its body part is made up of three things. Means it body has three parts. First one is the head, thorax, and the abdomen. So three parts are there: head, thorax, and abdomen. And it is having the two antennas and the wings it is having, you all know. And it has the exoskeleton system. Extro means outside skeleton. This shell is what, this is the skeleton system of a cockroach. Yes, as you can see, this one antenna is there. 6 limbs are there. Yes, and a pair of sensitive antenna located at the head of the cockroach enable to sense and smell in the surroundings. So it gives the sense and smell to its surrounding, as we are having the sense organ as eyes, hands, skin, nose, mouth. So like that, the cockroaches sense organs are their antenna through which they sense all the things and their surrounding. Okay, cockroaches walk in very unique manner, moving three legs at a time. Yes, three legs. With three legs at a time they move. Means they move first their three legs, then the other one. Now movements in the birds, the most beautiful thing. Yes or no? Okay, now movements in birds. Birds have a streamlined body which makes it easy for them to move through the air. Streamlined body means a body like this. Streamline means like this. Means from this side and this side, from the two ends it will be slim, and at the end in the middle it will be bulged. So this is a streamlined body, as you can see. So it is slimmer from both the ends, and in the middle it is bulged outward. So like this, a bird is having this body. So this will help to go easily in the air. Air can easily cut through the sides of the body and offer the least resistance. Resistance means opposing force, because this position or this type of body will help the bird to easily go into the air, and less opposition force by the air. Now the bones of the most of the birds are hollow. They means most of the birds have hollow bones that are very light. So they make the bird very light, and they can fly easily with the help of that hollow bones. Means nothing is filled inside their bones. And birds with heavy bodies such as ostrich and all, they all are having the high weight, and they cannot fly. They can fly but small distance, so they cannot fly. Now, movement in the snake. So how the snakes move? So snakes slither or crawl on the ground, this we all know, and they have a elongated body and they can move very fast in the forward direction. You know this thing, yes or no? So they can move forward in the they can move forward very fast. They have a long and strong backbone. You all know this, they have a very long and strong backbone, and as I told you, they can move very fast in forward direction but with a zigzag motion, not very straight. They cannot move straight away, they will always move with the zigzag motion, as you can see in this diagram. Now, movement in the fish. These snakes also move with the help of their muscles only. Now the fish. Fish also have the streamlined body, as you can see in this diagram. This streamlined body, it is bulged outward here. It is like this. Yes or no? So these types of shapes are known as streamlined shape. What they are known as? They are known as streamlined shape. All the boats, all the ships, all are having this type of shape only, streamlined shape. All the fishes in the ocean, sea, they all are having this streamlined shape. All the aeroplanes and these birds, aeroplane, fishes, all the aquatic animals, generally not all, are starfish is not having this type of shape. So they are having this, dolphin is having this type of shape, shark is having this type of shape, all the fishes is having this type of shape, streamlined shape, streamlined shape. Okay, so the body shaped like a boat or an aeroplane, thicker in the middle and taper at the both ends, such as body is known as streamlined body. Now after this shape allow water to move easily around the body and offer less resistance. A fish swims with the help of fins. They help in balancing, changing direction and so on. Means a fish swims with the help of what? Their fins. Okay, and with their tails also they move and change the direction. Their tails help them to swim and change the direction. It has a sac-like structure called swim bladder, which is filled with air and keeps the fish afloat. Sometimes we think how these fish can swim very easily, why they don't sink. So this is the reason, because they have a bladder. They have a bladder inside their body that is filled with air, and whenever we know that if we will fill a balloon with air and put that in water, it will not shrink, it will float. Similarly, these fish are having a balloon like structure inside their body that is filled with only air, so they will not sink in water, they will only float in water. We are not having anything like that, so don't go in water. Okay, so this is about the motion of different types of animals and organisms. Okay, so hope you understood this very well, and do watch all the videos and again, and try to share your holiday homework as soon as possible. Okay, so till then, Sai Ram.